Hi friends, this is Sham back again with a new video. This is going to be an interesting one because I'll be talking about 10 harsh truths of corporate life. So I've been working from past 12 years and these are some of the lessons that I have learned, and I did make some mistakes in my career for which I had to pay the price. But these are some of the lessons that I have learned, and I'm sure you can also relate with this video with the points that I'm going to be talking about. And if you're someone who's starting your career, please make sure you note down these points because these are going to be essential for you to have a long running career. And for those who differ or who do not agree to whatever that I'm saying, feel free to put down your thoughts in the comment section. So without wasting time, let's get started. So point number one is everyone is replaceable in a corporate sector. We know that we know that people get hired, they do their work, and if they're not doing their work, they're fired. Sometimes they are hired and then fired. Sometimes they are just hired for the sake of getting fired. So no matter how talented you are, no matter you may be a ranked student in your college, and when it comes to the corporate world, everybody is replaceable. You're just the spoke in the wheel. So do not be in an illusion that you are irreplaceable. From a business standpoint, everybody has a price, and if they find someone at a cheaper price with a better skills, and trust me, the very next day you're replaceable. Until then your shop is running. Good luck to you. So number one, everyone is replaceable. Please swallow this pill. Number two, your manager is not responsible for your career. So you would have seen your managers talking about in your one-on-ones that let us plan your career path, let us carve out a strategy to help you succeed. And nowadays even the HR, the designations of HR are changed to success managers, employee success managers, or associate success managers. It's a complete BS. So your manager is also an employee, the HR is also an employee. They are doing their jobs, they are getting paid, and you are hired for a particular job or a requirement for which you need to perform. And if you want to grow in that career, it's up to you how you want to carve out your way. Keep this thing in mind that never let your manager know about your career aspirations or what you want to do in your future. If your manager is good, he or she might really genuinely help you to figure out few things, and if it works, it works. But let's say if your manager is a very insecure person, or he or she is not really willing to let you go, and which might be affecting their individual KPIs or KRAs, then do not discuss anything about your career aspirations with your manager to be safe. You figure out by yourself. You figure out where you are good at, what is the skill that you need to learn, and if you do not find the right opportunity or the right path where you want to go, you can always try outside. So number two, your manager is not at all responsible for your career. Keep that in mind. Number three, this is for all those folks who are in a technical role. Either you are a software engineer, software developer, technical analyst. Do not stick to technology based roles. You may find it very weird, or you may find it very unusual when I say this. So technology always has a glass ceiling. Not only technology, every role in that matter has a glass ceiling, but technology uh, specifically always has a certain limitations. So let's say if you are an extremely good coder, and if you are skilled in Python or a particular technology or a domain or a language, and you want to build your career only in that language, it becomes really difficult, because at the end of the day, for an organization, a technology stack is just a piece of the puzzle. It's not really something on which they will think that much. It is not something wherein they will not invest money to build someone's career. They would invest money on building a product or a service on it, so not a career. So if you are sticking to a technical role for a long time, it has a risk of your earning potential coming down or getting stagnated at a point of time, which happens in almost every role. But still, from a technical role standpoint, try and see if you have certain skills where you can transition yourself into a managerial role. Do that switch, but do not stick to a technical role for a longer time, because they will always find fresh college grads. They can give them training, and they'll come at a very cheaper cost. And yeah, they will always have someone better than you. And like my first point, everyone is replaceable, and you would be replaced, my friend. So do not rely on a technological role. Try to switch role after some time. Let's say 5 to 6 years is the max that you need to spend in a technical role. Either go for a higher role where you are architecting something, or you can become a technical advisor, or switch to a managerial role if you want to have a longer career in the IT industry. Because trust me, IT industry, what you would have some 40 to 45 years of your uh, life is in this career. And if you are sticking at least 50% to 60% in a one particular role, then it will become really difficult to transition into other roles, because number one, you're stuck in a comfort zone. Number two, the learning ability kind of diminishes at a certain age. And number three, you would always have to rely on a particular technology to envision yourself growing into a particular role. So what if that technology is gone? What if that domain itself is not present? So you need to reinvent your career every now and then. So for that, sticking to a particular role, uh, it is not feasible. Now the fourth point, what I just talked about in the previous point, every role, everything in the corporate sector has a glass ceiling. Be it your salary, be it your promotion, be it your hike, um, everything has a glass ceiling. So do not keep unrealistic expectations, or do not compare yourselves with others on getting a similar kind of rewards or promotions or a growth, because every company will have its own uh, uh, pay parity, and every role has its own pay parity. So you are just fitting into that particular bill. So by the time you reach that glass ceiling, they will either promote you to the next role, or you need to find something outside. It's like that. So understand that there is a glass ceiling. They cannot give you uh, they cannot you don't have to expect the hikes every year, or you cannot expect the hikes coming up every year, or promotions or a raise coming up every year. That's not going to happen. Number fifth, always keep a distance from your colleagues. Do not engage in sharing any personal details, or anything about your personal life in front of your colleagues, and especially your manager. So do not share any personal problems to your manager. And there is always a chance of these problems overlapping, and you would always see some kind of an effect of the personal life on your professional life. So it's really important that you draw that line and keep that distance, especially with your colleagues. So point number six, do not expect a pay rise every year. A lot of youngsters have this expectation that, okay, my salary is going to increase every year now and then. No, it's not going to happen. So what you are getting is the small portion of the big pool that is allocated to your business unit or your team. So you're not going to get a huge significant hike that you're expecting. So be very realistic in keeping your expectations, and it's always better to keep your expectations low, so that you enjoy the benefits if you're getting any pay raise. So do not expect, but do not expect that to happen every single year. Point number seven, be unapologetic. If you do a mistake on your work, uh, admit it and then just move on. Do not cut a sorry figure, or always do not be in that mode wherein you are always pleading or you are asking for some help. Always work very boldly and have that attitude of being unapologetic, because that's going to help you in the longer run. That's going to help you to build a longer career going forward. So I've seen a lot of young folks who are always under the mercy of their managers, asking for the promotion. No, no, please promote me, please give me a hike, I've done so much of the work. They keep a track of all their achievements, and then, I mean, we all have been there, done that, but trust me, it's not going to work. If your manager is really in a position to promote you, he or she will promote you. If you're touching the glass ceiling, obviously they cannot give more hikes, they will have to promote you. So you being that figure where you're always pleading or begging, it does not put you in the right attitude framework. So you need to have the right attitude. So be unapologetic and do not be sorry for that. Point number eight, it's just a job, you'll find another one. So do not spend more than, let's say, 10 years in a company. In my 12 years of career, I've changed five companies. The maximum time that I have spent in a company is around 3.5 years. I have seen, and I personally have seen folks spending 10 years, 15 years, 20 years in an IT company. And there could be multiple reasons. Either they're liking that job, they're liking that comfort zone, whatever the money that they're getting is sufficient, or it could be the reason that they do not have the skills or ability to try something outside, or they're scared, right? So if you're someone who's just dependent on your job, and if you think that your entire life revolves around this job, uh, bad news, my friend, you are living in a fool's paradise. Your job is not the only thing in your life. That is the point. There are things that you can do outside your job, so do not spend your time only with the work. Point number nine, there's no template for success. There's no template of your leaders to follow. I've seen people idolizing their leaders, idolizing their managers, saying that, okay, this manager, this guy who came from the same school, did these many things, who followed this path, let me also do that. No, it's not going to work. Every individual's career path, or the life path, I can say, is different. So there is no set template that you need to follow, that you need to do the same things in the same way. It's not going to work. So if you're someone who's convinced that it's going to work, and if you are in that path, you can go ahead and give it a try. I'm sure if it works, well and good. I'm sure most of the time it won't work. So do not follow a template. Rather, create your own path, follow your own way of doing things. Now the last 10th point that I want to talk about is, do not take things too seriously. Do not take things to your heart. Life is short. In your 40 years of 45 years of career, you're spending more than half of it in your office, on your work. There are always things that happen on the work wherein which will make you feel miserable, which will make you feel bad or sorry. You would go through a lot of emotions, but do not take them to your heart. Do not take those things seriously, because everything is temporary. Even the success is temporary, even the failure is temporary. The good thing about, as they say that the good thing about time is it keeps changing. If you are having a bad time, it would change. If you are having a good time, it won't last. So always perceive things as it comes, and just do not take things to your heart. So these were some of the lessons that I learned in my corporate life so far. I'm still learning more, but I thought these 10 lessons are really important to be shared. So please do share this video with your friends who are kind of stuck or feeling low for some reason, who are bogged down by the office politics. Just share this across, and it would give you a good perspective to look at the corporate life in a different way. So that being said, this is Sham signing off. I will see you in the next one. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the next one.